Okay, my name is Wayne, your anchor for this course, Basic Marketing.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted. You are now muted.
Are you there?
You are now unmuted. You are now muted. You are now unmuted.
Sir, your line is breaking. May I know if you could speak up so that we can hear you clearly, sir?
Is it better now?
Yes, if you could keep talking so that we can confirm that.
Okay, fine.
Okay, yes, it's okay now, sir.
Just let me know. Okay, fine. As I said, in this course, we would attempt to gain an understanding of what marketing is and how it came to be what we know it as today, and the relevance in the business world. If we talk to a layman on the street about marketing, he or she may give you an idea that marketing is the same thing as selling. However, in the course of our discussion, you will understand that selling is just one aspect of marketing. I think it would be good you mute your audio for now so that we can have a smooth sale in the course of this interaction. So first, we'll look at the definition of marketing. A popular marketing body, the American Marketing Association, defines marketing as a process of planning and executing the conception, the pricing, promotion, and distribution of ideas, goods, and services to create exchange that satisfy individual and organizational goals. A look at this definition, some very important components of what marketing is. First, it is a process, meaning that marketing is not a one-off act. It's not a one-off act. It involves a series of activities, one leading to the other. Hello, I want to know that you hear me, please.
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So marketing is a process.
I'm hearing you.
Good. It's a process of a series of activities, one leading to the other. Second, in that definition, we'll also see that it involves planning. There's a popular cliche that we say that when you fail to plan, you've planned to fail. It also applies to marketing activities. It is believed that marketing because of his strategic position in business, needs to be well planned. It's not a haphazard activity. You need to clearly understand the people, clearly understand the product that will match them, understand how you communicate with them, understand their purchasing power before you can make an offer to them. So it needs serious tactical planning. And then also in the process of marketing, we have to attach a monetary value to the product that we want to sell. That's pricing. We also have to promote the product, what we can also call marketing communication. And there's also need for distribution, meaning these are all of the activities that needs to be done before we can actually say that marketing has taken place. And then one will ask if all organizations, irrespective of form, needs marketing. And the answer is yes. Every organization needs marketing. Be it a profit-making, be it an NGO, be it a political party, there is need for marketing. Every organization exists to sell something. It's either they are selling an idea, they are selling goods, they are selling services. But there is something they have to sell. Think, for instance, a political party is selling an individual, a personality. An NGO is selling an idea. Possibly the NGO is involved in ensuring girl child education. That's an idea they want to sell. So every organization, irrespective of form, needs marketing. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Good. So
Yes.
if we look at, if we go through the courseware, the course material, you can also see different definitions of marketing as some other scholars have come to define in their own words. We'll take another one. In the words of Tinkota and Kotabe, they define marketing as an organizational function and a set of processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and maintaining value streams to customers, and for managing customer relationships in ways that benefit the organization, the stakeholders, and society. A look at this definition is not so different from the first by the AMA. We can look at the definition and you see that they have a lot of synonyms. They also added that this whole process should lead to having value for customers and value for the organization. It is important to note that if an organization does its marketing well, it will create value for itself. Value in several ways. For instance, if I sell a good product to you, once you hear that to pay off my own bills. That is value. So marketing activity, when done well, creates value for customers and also creates value for the organization. Please mute your audio. So I'm getting a back call. Thank you. Chinenye, please, your audio. Thank you. So, if that is true, let's look at some basic concepts that underline marketing. The first is need. Need. Marketing exists to fulfill needs. If there are no needs, if individuals and organizations don't have needs, then we may not have use for marketing in the business world. So marketing exists because there are needs that customers have, that they look out for organizations who can meet these needs. So what are needs? When we talk about needs, we are talking about a feeling or a state of feeling deprived. An individual feels that there is something he should have that he doesn't have at the time. That is a need. This need could be physical needs for food, for shelter, for safety. It could be social needs for belongingness. It could also be emotional needs for friendship. And marketing comes in to provide a meeting point between those who create these needs and those who want them. For instance, if I open up a club, it is to fulfill people's needs of socialization, of killing boredom. There is a need, it's meat. People could have need for food. Restaurants help us to meet these needs for food. And in today's world, from the comfort of your room, you could place an order for food, get it delivered to your doorstep. So these are marketing activities. Olumide, please, can you mute your audio? Thank you. Another concept that is imperative in marketing is demand. Demand. When we talk about demand, elementary economics tells us that demand wants for specific products backed up by ability and willingness to pay. I may want something, but I don't have the ability to pay. That is not a demand yet. It is a want, it is a desire. A lot of us want some cars, maybe a Mercedes-Benz. But once we don't have the ability and the willingness to pay, it is still at the level of being a want. Another concept also that we need to know of is exchange. Exchange. I said earlier that a layman's understanding of marketing is buying and selling. However, buying and selling is just one part, and that is the point where exchange happens. In exchange, somebody gives up something in return for another thing. Most often, we give up money in return for the product that we desire, the product that we need, the product that we demand. We give up money to get these things, and that is exchange. So, as a means of satisfying consumer needs, exchange happens because we do not have all that we need. So we give up something in order to get those things that we do not have. And in order for exchange to take place, there are 5 basic conditions that have to be put in place. First, for every exchange, there must be at least two parties. Somebody giving up and the other person taking what has been given up and also gives up something in return. There must be at least two parties. Secondly, each of these parties must have something of value to the other person. So if what the other person has is not of value to me, then there is no exchange. Number three, each party is capable of communication and delivery. By that, we mean that there must be capacity to give up what the other person wants when the terms of the exchange has been reached. For instance, if I want to sell my phone, if I want to sell a phone, I should have capacity to give up that phone if it is tired of me. Number four, there should be freedom to accept or reject the offer. There should be no coercion, there should be no compulsion. A party in an exchange relationship should not be under duress. And lastly, each party believes it is appropriate to deal with the other party. So, at the point of exchange, both parties should feel that they are getting their best deal possible at the time. Are we together? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we are with you.
All right. Now let's look at the evolution of marketing. Marketing as we know it today has not always been this way. Please mute your audio. Please mute your audio. The discipline has actually grown over a century. And at each stage, people come up with different thoughts. Scholars come up with different schools of thought that they believe is what it should be. The first, Olumide, please mute your audio. The first school of thought or era is what we call the production era. In the production era, the belief of the proponents of production as the key thing or the key aim of marketing is that efficient production which will lead to affordable product and available product is the key. They believe that once a product is affordable and available, the customers will buy. However, if you look at it today, it is not always the case. In fact, things that affect it in one way or the other, it loses appeal, being available and also highly affordable in today's world. So as they believe then, once you have your product everywhere and people can relatively buy them cost-wise, that you are doing so well in business. But years later, they found out also that it is not everything that is available and affordable that people go for. Another group of scholars came up with what they call the product concept. The product concept was interested in promoting products with high level of efficiency and innovative features. They believe that high quality products will sell themselves. It gives rise to what we call the best mousetrap fallacy. A man made a mousetrap which he believes is the best, and he told himself that once I have the best mousetrap, people will beat a track to my house. However, if you look at it today, if you have the best product and we don't know about it, eventually it's going to remain with you. If you have the best product and we know about it and you are not interested in how we want it to get to us, it will definitely remain with you. If you think about it, most organizations today are establishing a delivery channel, a logistic arm of their own, to make sure that you can place an order and get it delivered to you as soon as possible. So the product concept also had its own flaws, because customers' views, customers' desires, customers' perception about what they want, how they want it, how they want to consume it, where they want to consume it, were not taken into consideration. And then came this selling concept. Now the selling concept helps me in a time where the world was recovering from the Second World War. This was a time where the economy of the world, shrank to a point where people had little to spend. Also, at that time it was an agrarian society, but more than an industrialized society. So at that time, people had little or nothing to spend. So manufacturers, marketers felt that they need to put in a little bit of aggression, some aggressive marketing tactics to get customers to buy their products. So they went out of their normal way to aggressively seek customers. If you look at it today, a lot of organizations, marketing department still uses this strategy today. You see for instance, in our open market today, sometimes when you walk through the shops in the open market.
Sorry, sir, we missed your connection. We missed connection from you. Like your connection went off and came back after some seconds. We heard you last where you said they felt to put more aggressive effort to seek customer. That's why it stopped. Thank you.
Okay. Fine, thank you. All right, I'm still talking about the selling concept and what gave rise to that. I give an instance that even in today's world, we find some organizations setting up their marketing unit, marketing department with an aggressive marketing strategy. Mary, can you please mute your audio? Thank you. For instance, if you look at the banks, you find some banks recruiting marketing executives, and their main aim, their main business working with the bank is to go out to get people to open accounts, to fund those accounts. Because they believe merely sitting down in the office and waiting for people to come and open these accounts is no longer obtainable, particularly in a highly competitive industry. However, the selling concept also did not ask or check what the customers want. They only made what they thought the customers want, brought it, and are trying to force it on the customers. Also, the selling concept, if you look at it in today's world, also could lead to customer aggression, or rather customer irritation. For instance, in our open market, you could see some businessmen, while you walk through the market, even trying to drag you by the hand just to come to their shop and buy. In some cases, some people who feel irritated by that, particularly mostly the ladies. So you can see that the selling concept also has its own flaws. Now, if we look at these schools of thoughts, the production, products, the selling, we will understand that what has happened in this whole process is that the marketer or the manufacturer makes what customers would want. Now, a new concept came on board for the marketing concept. The marketing concept, which for the first time sought to understand the customers, what they want. What do these people want? It will interest you to know that I could make some good, wonderful shirts and bring it to the market. But in most cases, I may not find people whom the shirt and go and make a shirt. I'm most likely going to get a well-fitted shirt for you. This is exactly what happens between these two cases, or these schools of thought. So the marketing concept brought to the fore the fact that making marketing decisions and getting them to be implemented successfully needs to bring the customer's view on board. So for the first time, the customers' views were sought, what they wanted, how they wanted it, where they want them. It is believed that once these things are properly done, the organizational goals, the customer goals will be achieved. Further, some other scholars felt that in as much as we are satisfying customers' needs and organizational needs, that the needs of the society needs to be brought into focus, because it is a fact that business activities, production activities could have some adverse effect on society. And so it is important if these businesses could take responsibility for their production output and also help the society where they do business to get better. This gave birth to what we know today as corporate social responsibility. And this is the societal marketing concept. The societal marketing concept. It represents a triangular in triangular form to mean that we need to take care of the customers on one end, we need to take care of the community on another end, and we need to take care of the company on the third end. So marketers also need to take into consideration the effect of their production on the society. Also, another group of scholars felt that in doing business, that we should get to a point where customers no longer become just strangers, but become more or less partners in the business. They proposed for what they call the customer relationship marketing concept, where we go beyond a formal relationship with the customer to become an informal, friendly kind of relationship. That is why maybe you're celebrating your birthday today, your bank could send you a happy birthday message. It has nothing to do with the money you deposit or the business you do with them, but they want you to go beyond the formal relationship. You could see some corporate organizations putting up on their website or on their application, on their pages, things to celebrate people. This is trying to cement a relationship, a mutually beneficial relationship marketing concept has done, in a way that it has created businesses for organizations. It makes us feel more at home doing businesses with them, makes us feel a bit entitled, making referrals and some word of mouth adverts for them. Are we together? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm with you. Okay. All right. So if we take a look at these schools of thought or different philosophies of marketing, one would notice that they were necessitated by economic conditions, by level of customer awareness, by growth in competition, and by globalization. For instance, as I mentioned earlier, the selling concept came as a result of economic recession that happened just after the Second World War. philosophies like the societal marketing is as a result of increase in customer awareness, increase in customers wanting more, and also the level of competition that exists, people wanting to outsmart the other, and lastly, globalization. A point where there are seamless business transactions across the globe without barriers. Any question?
Doctor, sorry.
Any question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
As a recap, you said the first one is the one for during the production era, then product concept, then selling concept, and number 4, customer view concept.
Yes.
And number 5, corporate responsibility. That's societal.
Let me take that again. Okay, let me take that again. The first is production concept. The second is product concept. The third is selling concept. The fourth is marketing concept. The fifth is societal marketing concept. And the seventh is the customer relationship marketing concept. Is that taken?
Yeah, you stop at 6. You mentioned 7, right? That's why I didn't get clear.
Can you come again?
Customer relationship marketing.
Okay, let me take that.
Production concept, product concept. No, I'm starting afresh. There's another fellow asking that I should come again. I don't know where he left. Can I take it now?
Go ahead, doctor.
The first, number 1, production concept. Number 2, product concept. Number 3, selling concept. Number 4, marketing concept. Number 5, societal marketing concept. Number 6, customer relationship marketing. I think you got that now.
Yes, that's correct. We got that. I was thinking you mentioned 7 as a globalization.
Sorry? Hello?
Okay, I said I was thinking you mentioned globalization as the 7th one.
No, I did not mention globalization as the 7th one. I was saying that if we take a look at all of this, we would understand that there are factors that led to the movement from one era to another. And I mentioned some of these factors like economic conditions, customer awareness, growth in competition, and globalization. So these are the factors that led to the movement from one concept to another. Are we there now?
That's correct. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Ask me your question. If we have none,
Hello, sir.
okay. Go ahead, Sunday.
You mentioned the factor that moved from one concept to the other. What are the factors?
Yes, I did. The factors that led to the movement from one era to the other. I said one is economic condition. And I gave an example. For instance, while we moved to selling concepts, which needed some aggression, was because there was recession at the time. So people needed to do more than they were doing at the time. People had little to spend, so you needed to go out to get them to spend money. So economic conditions, affect. It has a role to play in the movement from one era to another. Second, I mentioned customer awareness. Third, I mentioned growth in competition. And then I also mentioned globalization. Did you get that now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question? All right. In the absence of any other question, we'll draw the curtain here and reconvene hopefully next week.